somebody who's in a cardiac arrest situation, their electrical current to their heart has stopped. It means that the blood is no longer pumping around the body. CPR is a life-saving technique which anybody can use, and it's really important to have a go because actually CPR can save lives. The first things you would need to do, you're looking for any danger, you would make sure there's nothing there. You're looking for a response for your patient. Hi Fred! And you would also go down to each side because if your patient is deaf, and you were talking to them like this, it could simply be that they haven't heard you. So it's very important to go down and shout, Fred! The next thing we need to be doing is shouting for help. Help, can someone help me? Because at this point, you really don't want to be on your own if someone is in a cardiac arrest situation. You need to then talk through your A, B, C, D, E, which is airway, breathing, circulation, disability, and exposure. What you need to do to double check that someone is stopped breathing, you would look in their mouth to make sure that there was no obstruction. Tilt their head back. You're actually looking down the chest. So when you are looking down the chest, the important part is that head tilt, chin lifts, because then you can feel the breath on the side of your face. There's no point doing it from up here because again, if this patient is in a cardiac arrest situation or their breathing is very limited, you're not going to feel it. So it's important that you get down to the level of the patient. You're looking down the chest for 10 seconds. I'm counting to 10 seconds in my mind. I'm watching for rise and fall of the chest. I'm looking for bilateral rise and fall of the chest. I'm looking to see if there's any abdominal breathing. And at that point, you could see then if that person was breathing or not. If at this point, you know that that person isn't breathing and there's no airway, you go straight into CPR. The importance part of doing CPR is you go straight into chest compressions. You bring one hand on top of the other, interlock your fingers so ensure it's a solid base. Keep your shoulders and your arms straight, and you're going to perform like a rocking motion. You're not doing this because if you start bending your arms, you're not actually giving full compressions. Compressions themselves need to be about 5 to 6 centimeters deep, and we like to do about 100 to 120 per minute. In an adult patient, you would normally do 30 compressions to 2 breaths. However, if you haven't got any equipment like in the community setting to do breaths, you just carry on with compressions because that's the most important. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. If at this point you have someone who's doing breaths, they would then carry on and do the breaths. However, you do not take your hands off the chest of that patient. If you've got someone with you and you can swap, it's really important that you do swap around, mainly because you will start to feel tired, even though your adrenaline will take over. It's really important that you actually follow the Resuscitation Council guidelines, and they produce up-to-date literature which you can access on the internet at any point.